But I feel like they tried to drag him out as much as possible just to pad out the runtime.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I do have one theory, the only theory. There's only one theory, like, that explains the whole thing for me.
The
Is
sharks are trying to eat them.
that Tracy is low-key wanting David to die. That's what I think. That's why she's so miserable. That's why she, like, gets him out of the water. I need to run back. Are you okay? Well, like, you're not in the safe zone. I don't know why you would think you're in the safe zone. That shark literally jumped out of through the ice. Why you would think it's safe, like, I don't understand. The only explanation is Tracy Loki wants David to get eaten by a shark because maybe he's like a control freak. Maybe she's like just tired of like him just telling everyone what to do, telling her what to do. I don't know, but that's my only explanation I could come up with. What do you think, Chad?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't blame her if that was the case. He seems like fine, but also quite bland. It's just that as a guy, as a character. So I wouldn't blame her for trying to get rid of him. I think trying to feed him to sharks, that could be I tried to save him. I did what I could. The sharks got him.
Exactly.
Although trying to explain that to people who at this point don't believe there to be sharks there could be difficult. We're in the Arctic. The sharks got him. Honest.
The greenies. Wait, what? You've been smoking what now?
So they get David back to the Oasis, and he's cold, obviously. And so the whole team gathers together, takes him upstairs where it's less cold and less humid. And they put him on. They have the dramatic sweeping of the table. All the test tubes go everywhere to this cold, hard
Very
metal
dramatic.
table. The best place to put him, not like a pile of towels, a cold, hard metal table. And they put him on that, cover him in blankets, give him a hot drink, and they test the temperature, and he's fine. Everything's fine. So I like that scene, everyone working together to get him better, and it all works. So he's fine. But then they have this conversation. I like when they were at the body at the wreckage. Tracy was like, "Oh, it smells like ammonia. It smells like urine." And that's because the Greenland sharks smell like piss, apparently.
I did not know that.
Me neither.
I was like, wait, what?
So they have this conversation, like, there aren't any sharks here, and then they recognise them as being similar to Greenland sharks, but Greenland sharks are amongst the slowest sharks. They have like a cruising swim speed of like, about 1.6 miles an hour, which is not very fast at all.
So slow. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, embarrassing sharks.
But these are like super evolved Greenland sharks. They've been trapped in the ice somewhere for thousands of years, millennia.
Yeah, isolated.
Aeons. And they've been somehow evolving and feeding on things in that time, as you do. And now they're out, and they're going to take over the world. So they're super smart, super fast, super sharks. And we're all doomed. And this base is on thin ice, literally, because that's where it has to be, and they are all concerned about how thin the ice is. So that this is when they try and contact Sammy to no avail, and Sammy gone. But their problems are not over. They hatch a plan.
No.
Their problems are far from over. They hatch a plan. First idea is blow up the sharks. Difficult because they're in the ocean. But they're going to try anyway, and they get this big propane tank, and they set up some kind of a timer with it, with a little propane torch, and they quickly do the math. It's like, okay, so the tank thickness is this much, and it's kind of a flame that's still going to keep burning when it's in the water. We've got 10-second fuse, and they chuck it in, explodes. Nothing really happens. It just doesn't really.
Yeah, none of that made sense to me. None of that. I don't know if it did for you, because you're an actual, you're the engineer.
Well, I didn't get what they were trying to do. I didn't get what the aim was.
I was like, okay, they watched Jaws. They clearly watched Jaws, so they're going with that. But all the talking, I was like, wait, what now?
I wasn't. I mean, I got they're trying to make some kind of a bomb. So they have this thing that's full of explosive gas and this thing that is a torch that will burn through the gas at some point. And other than that, I didn't get how it was still burning in the water. I didn't get
Yeah.
the very quick maths he did of the calculations. Like, okay, this torch will burn through this canister in 10 seconds. Like, how do you know? Have you tried this before?
Because I said so.
Are you secretly an arsonist? But no, it all works out, but it doesn't work at all. All it does is rocks the ice that they're on and knocks out their long-range aerial. So, bad idea.
Don't you love the scene though where the rocking happens in the station and
Yes.
the actors are all literally
Love
rocking?
it.
Oh, it's
So much.
beautiful, Jay.
It's very much.
Beautiful.
There's a lot of Star Trek TV acting here of like everyone lean in the same direction and lean back again.
Yes. I mean, you gotta love it. It's so terrible.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Oh, sorry, we skipped. Sorry, this is my fault. We skipped maybe the best scene of the film.
Oh, we skipped.
Sorry about that. I thought these were the wrong way round. So yeah, so there's a character.
You know what?
The
In
character
this movie, doesn't really
No,
matter.
it doesn't. So there's the character of Eddie, played by Shemar Philippe, who perishes in this sequence because
And he was also cool.
Yes.
But he was so dumb in this scene, which
Very
we
much
will
so.
now explain to the viewers. This is probably the scene that needs the best explaining because what's Eddie? What
Absolutely.
happened there?
So I've said that the ice they're on is thin, but it's so thin that the sharks try cutting it with their fins whilst they
and
swim.
succeed.
Yes, whilst they swim underneath it. So they're going through like a pair of scissors, just cutting the ice in one quick, swift motion. Except
They've evolved
yeah,
razor fins.
They've evolved
razor fins.
serrated 8-foot long, 12 meters, ridiculously long fins that can cut through ice. But they're not doing it. I had a conversation with another guy at work today about how these sharks they're not that smart because they're not like all working together to cut this. They are all cutting it, but they're all taking their own route. It's like 5 different lines cutting through the ice at the same time. They should be like forming one queue and one just following the same line one after another because they only need to cut off the ice in one place. But they're all going all over the place.
Well, I mean, I feel like it's if you put a chainsaw on a shark and just
I'd
say
watch that
go
film.
for it, because that's what we're dealing with here. And they're just like, okay, we're gonna cut it up and see what. I mean, maybe they're just out for a joy swim. Maybe you know what? Maybe they didn't even have a plan, and this is all the joy swim
Yeah, it's
scene.
a goddamn joy swim.
It's a goddamn joy swim, Joe.
So the sharks are out there, very easily cutting through the ice. Eddie is like, oh, I've got to save everyone. So he gets on one of the snowmobiles. Michael goes after him, and they tie it to another harpoon, I think, and round the harpoon. Oh no, they tie the rope around the base of the oasis, and the other end is in the snowmobile. And Eddie rides it, and he's bridging the gap between the sharks have just cut. So there's ice missing, and he's got the snowmobile, and he's trying to pull the oasis and its little ice flow back to land. And it seems to be working. He's really given it his all until a blurry shark takes him out, and he's gone. And this scene is wonderful. Somebody came up with this idea.
Someone came up with that. What I can't understand is they were like trying to that they got onto the not the intercom. What is that like?
The radio?
Yeah, the
like
big. Yeah, the loudspeaker. Yeah, like the big loud, like Eddie, the sharks, and Eddie is just like he's doing nothing. He can see the shark because again, that fin is like
they're big enough to cut
like,
through the ice. They're
cutting
visible.
through the eyes. You can literally see the shark because you can see its fin coming at you. I love how you can see. Okay, the shark is about, I don't know, it's difficult to say, but let's say not even half a mile away from Eddie. And then, like, what feels like a minute later, the shark's at the exact same spot, but they're yelling, Eddie, Eddie, Eddie. And Eddie is just ignoring them and going for it. And it's like, Eddie, what's happening? Did his mind switch off? Did he become suicidal all of a sudden? Just said, well, you know what? This is my time. What happened there? I Like, I sat there, like, what is that? Why is he not reacting?
Well, maybe he was thinking he's like waiting for them. He's thinking like, okay, I've stopped it from floating away. Everyone else needs to get out of the oasis and jump to safety, jump to the land. Others are going to float away. So his thought is like, no, I'm going to keep you guys get out here so I can stop doing that. Maybe that's all I can think of.
It's really hard to say what Eddie was thinking there. I thought like he was pretty a clever dude.
Did not work well under pressure.
Blanked out completely. It was like he went on a loop in his mind, and it was just hard to watch, honestly. It's just like, I feel like that was a fairly easy escape. He just had to go back.
Yeah.
But then that didn't happen, and well, he got chomped by a shark with a chainsaw on his back.
Yeah, so he's gone. They try to blow up the sharks, takes out the radio, and they're now floating on this little ice floe, which, as time goes by, disappears. The ice floe is. Oh, they think, okay, we're going to just keep drifting, so we can try and anchor the base. We have this little DPV kind of thing, the little underwater robot, which we can tie one of our endless cables to, and take it down to the bottom of the sea and anchor it so we don't drift away. Some logic there, not what they should be worrying about. We'll get to what they should be worrying about later, but this is an idea. So Val, Mia Donnell, is piloting this thing, and they take it down. There's a lot of lush kelp forests that you are unlikely to see in the Arctic. Down there. That's not where that grows. That stuff needs a lot of sunlight. It's not going to be growing at the bottom of the sea in the Arctic. But
not so much.
Whatever. So they go down there. And,
things are evolving, Jay.
Yes,
just going
absolutely.
with that. It's evolving.
It's all part of global warming. So they go down there. They find Sammy's leg with the rope around it, which Michael, Sammy's brother, is able to recognise as his brother's leg. Good. But then Shark takes out the DPV. That plan gone, ruined.
Yeah.
But
Thanks,
then,
Shark.
whilst they're there, this is Val, Michael, and Alex are in the lower room with the wet lab pool entry. The rope goes slack, and Val goes to go and grab it, and is just taken out by a shark. Gone. Shark rears up, takes it down. Gone.
Just like that.
Stupid death.
Very.
Character we know nothing about. She's gone. And then this.
She was a number. I feel like she was just a number.
Yeah.
I don't think her character got cuts or anything. I don't think she was there to get killed, and that was it.
I think most of these guys are just there to get killed. Yeah. But this.
She was just lucky to be there. Happy to be there. Happy to be there. Yeah.
So the shark bursting through the bottom is enough to break off some more of the ice. We're only on a very small bit of ice now, and also it starts flooding this lower room. And so you've got Michael and Alex are in there. The room is flooding. This is freezing cold Arctic water that they don't seem very concerned about the temperature of. They're just fine. Okay, fine. So they're now trapped in this room. There's a shark comes up there with them. Shark is not attacking them. Shark is just swimming around. So it's acting like the sharks from 47 meters down, uncaged. It's acting like a blind shark. It's not a blind shark. They can see. It just isn't attacking these people. And so they manage to climb up onto some boxes, hack into the electrics, and electrocute it. Great. We've seen that in Deep Blue Sea. All for that. Wonderful. So they managed to electrocute the shark. Fine. It's terrible. It's nonsense, ridiculous, whatever. We accepted it in the other film. We're going to accept it here as well. And then they get out and up into the other room just in time for the base to fall off of the ice and sink to the bottom of the sea.
It's sunk! Amazing!
I did not expect the research centre to sink, and if I had, I would not have expected it to stay airtight.
It's incredible. Honestly, the way they built that thing, it's like a giant freezer that just sunk to the bottom of, and it's like very shallow sea. I mean, it's not that deep. That like you find that out when you learn how they got the thing out of the sea, which
Yes.
we will get to.
But there is a computer screen telling them how